We haven't covered a lot of news content on this channel in the last few months because we've been looking at the direction we want to take the channel. And though we're looking at life through the lens of the paranormal, this does encroach on much broader subjects, especially when you look into the type of information that we've received from Spirit and how the different threads of what's happening in our world interconnect. I want to cover this story because of the way it represents what could possibly be a fundamental attack on our freedoms of speech and expression. The story I uncovered, which you've probably heard by now, is the arrest of Wikileaks founder Julian Assange earlier today from the Ecuadorian embassy in London. For those of you who don't know, Wikileaks is a press publishing organisation that publishes leaks of sensitive documents. The two big ones that people may be aware of are the Bradley/Chelsea Manning incident in 2010 and the Year Zero document leaks in 2017. I will go into a little bit more detail, but first of all, Assange was arrested today from the Ecuadorian embassy. The Met police were allowed access and basically took him out of the embassy and put him into a police van. He is now in a police station in London. The Wikileaks Twitter page has basically said that this was a breach of international law by the Ecuadorian government and establishment. The charge that he was arrested on was failing to surrender in court. Now, the issue I have with this, right, that if obviously you're meant to appear in court and you don't, then I can understand why there's a charge for that, right? I understand why there needs to be, in our society, a breach of court procedures and how that could carry a penalty. What this feels like to me is a loaded arrest. Because what's going to happen now is he is probably going to get extradited to the US, and God only knows what's going to happen to him there. The amount of sensitive information of which Wikileaks has leaked over the last 15 years or so has been, let's say, a bit of a thorn in the side of different governments and the establishment as a whole. My personal opinion, what you think of Wikileaks or not, we need an organisation that basically looks out for the people and brings these documents into the public arena, because that is where they need to be. Just to highlight some of the things that Wikileaks have been responsible for leaking, over 700,000 docs related to Afghanistan and Iraq. One of the most damaging for the US was a video called Collateral Murder, footage of unarmed Iraqi civilians and two Reuters journalists being gunned down by Apache helicopters. 391,832 field reports, the biggest leak in military history from the war in Iraq. This recorded 66,000 civilian deaths, which hadn't been admitted to. The other one I wanted to highlight was the Year Zero documents from 2017, which detailed how the CIA can hack different technologies that are in our homes, smart TVs, highlighting, what people say about the smart grid and how it's becoming surveillance technology, and we are basically sleepwalking into it by looking down at our phones constantly every single bloody day. These are genuine documents. It's not conspiracy theory, it's bloody fact. So apparently, according to Defend Wikileaks, I'll put a link in the description below, the New York Times lead lawyer said this, and I quote, "I think the prosecuting of Assange would lead to a very, very bad precedent being set for publishers. In that incident, from everything I know, he's sort of in a classic publisher's position, and I think the law would have a very hard time drawing distinction between the New York Times and Wikileaks. this I wanted to highlight because it is a very key thing that I think we should all watch, because it affects our freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom to know what the hell these people in our society are doing. We'll be back soon with another video, guys, but I just wanted to highlight this, so let me know in the comment section below what you think, and I'll see you soon for another video. Take care.